Alright, as you all know, it's coffee time. It's time to make some money in the NBA today, guys. Let's get after it. We got your best bets here for NBA Wednesday. Welcome back into the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. You guys ready to make some money in the NBA today? We got your best bets for the NBA here for you today on Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. As always, your NBA player props, spreads, predictions here for you today. We got 5 picks that I think are great value bets here for this Wednesday NBA slate. As always, if you all are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure you hit that like button for me. I really appreciate that, guys. It helps the channel grow. And I appreciate all of your guys' support as always. Check out all of our links down below. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at StraightFirePicks for more picks content recaps. Also our community Discord where you can connect with our community. Great tool there. Guys, make sure you also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Speaking of our comment cappers, we had Christian Cerns, 3158. Calling Jalen Brunson under an assist. I believe he finished with 1 or... No, he finished with like 4. I forget what he finished with, but he went well under the line. So great call out there from Christian. We have Manny the Maniac 99 calling the Blazers plus 4.5 spread. Love it. The Blazers blew the Pacers out. Great call out there from Manny the Maniac. Make sure you guys do that here today. That is how that works. So you guys are interested in being called out in our video. Be sure to do that. Also, check out our Straight Fire MVP program, guys. Join the winning team of people that are getting access to all the early lines and plays. So basically, the big pro with that is you get access to all of our picks and everything early, a couple hours in advance of the video. We have 30 members now here at the channel. Just want to say thank you to all of you. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVPs, Maine, James Hall, Craftman, Philip Harden, and Wilkie. Appreciate you guys all for signing up. We're up to 30 members. Like I said, join the team, guys. Get access to all those early lines. A lot of times it does work out in our favor here recently. Yesterday was a rough day, but that was like the worst day that we've had in a long time. Speaking of our recap, let's do a quick recap from yesterday, guys. We ended up going 1-4, minus 3.17 units. Like I said, that was the worst day that we've had in almost a month. It was terrible day. We've been absolutely crushing the NBA, but yesterday we definitely got humbled. And honestly, just a lot of it was unfortunate luck. We had the Raptors plus 4.5 spread. RJ Barrett gets ruled out in the morning time. Shows up on the injury report with a concussion. That wasn't there, obviously, when I did the research. Randomly just popped up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, I think the Raptors win if Barrett plays. Barrett arguably is the best player. The fact that he was missing was absolutely huge in my mind. Who actually knows what would have happened? But the Raptors aren't a team that can afford injuries, right? They're a team that's been playing well, but they need their guys to be healthy. And without Barrett, I would not have taken that pick. So it is what it is. We take one on the chin there. We had Norman Powell over 22.5 points. Believe it or not, he's the only Clipper that even showed up last night. He put up 20 points. Would have easily cashed this line, I think. Unfortunately, he lost about 8 minutes in the fourth quarter because of the blowout. It's just one of those things that I could not see that coming. The Clippers were favored by 8.5, and they got absolutely wiped off the floor. I was watching some of that game on TNT. It was absolutely ugly. So obviously that hurt. DeAndre Ayton over 16.5 points. That's when he picks up 4 fouls in the first half. Ends up finishing with, I believe, 8 points. Really didn't get that close, so didn't get the type of shots early that I wanted anyway. But never had a chance, right? 4 fouls in the first half. He loses all the minutes there. Then the blowout at the end, loses minutes there. Just a weird night in the NBA, guys. It's one of those things, like I said, that I just don't know. And then the only pick that I'm going to say, you know what? It was a bad rate on my end. It was Drew Holiday over 3.5 assists. He finishes with 1. Looking back on that, I don't think I'd play that again. There's just too many guys on the Celtics, guys that can get it done, and it's just no, don't want it. But it is what it is. Our one hit of the day was Jalen Green over 2.5 threes. He cashes for us. Attempts 9 threes, hits 3 of them, so he does get there for us. Our day one ladder was super sad. We had Tyler Herro over 5.5 rebounds. He hits. Benedict Mathurin over 13.5 points. He has 10 at halftime. And again, the Blazers blew out the Pacers in the second half. Pacers were favored by 5 in that one. So once again, guys, the blowouts really got us yesterday, but that's okay. We're going to bounce back today. Let's get back after today, guys. Let's get a 5-0 sweep that we deserve. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we got De'Aaron Fox over 6.5 assists here for the San Antonio Spurs. Plus 118 odds on FanDuel. Guys, we got De'Aaron Fox 47% this season to this line, 38% on the road to this line. Hawks here allowing the 8th most assists allowed to point guards. The reason I really like this, I'm sure you guys could guess, Fox is going from Sacramento to San Antonio, where now I think he's going to be a true point guard. On Sacramento, it was more Malik Monk actually playing point guard than anybody. And I think here with Fox, you're going to see the pick and roll working with Wemby. And you're going to see Fox passing the ball actually a lot more. I'm expecting more of that, especially in his first game. Getting comfortable with his new team. I'm expecting him to show the basketball a lot. And especially with Wemby and in a great matchup. I love this line here on Fox. Like I said, I think he'll get this done. Don't mind his points look as well. You can take his points and assists. But I really just like his assists because, like I said, I see him being passed first in this game. Hawks here allowing the second most assists to point guards over the last 15 games. So of lately, they've been terrible versus the point guard position in regards to that. Fox has had logs of 7-3 versus Atlanta this year. And like I said, he wasn't even really playing point guard with Sacramento. So now I think you'll see more of him with the ball in his hands, making decisions, and obviously getting Wemby the ball who can get him some easy finishes. And I think you're just getting that value that you wouldn't get, obviously, if he was on the Kings. So, love it there for number 1 pick, guys. We got De'Aaron Fox over 6.5 assists. Here for the Sacramento Kings, for the San Antonio Spurs, plus 118 odds on FanDuel. Okay, we actually have a 2.4 unit play, guys. For our number 2 pick, we're going Rudy Gobert over 23.5 points and rebounds. Minus 120 odds on FanDuel. Yes, I'm putting 2.4 units on this one. Obviously, I have the sample on the screen. I don't bet $240, guys. My unit size is $30, just so you guys know. But I'm using that as an example of what I'm putting on it. So we're putting 2.4 units to win 2 units. Is what we're doing here on Rudy Gobert. Absolutely love this play today, guys. I think the books are really making a mistake here, which is why I really wanted to hammer this one. I think this one is worth putting a lot more on. You got Rudy Gobert, 38% this season, 50% at home to this line, so we're getting him at home. But he's 6 for his last 6 versus the Bulls to this line with no less than 28 points and rebounds. And he had a 32.8 average. Absolutely crushes this matchup. And we know the Bulls are a great matchup for centers. They allow the 2nd most points, the 15th most rebounds to centers this season. No real surprises there. We've seen Gobert also cash this line in 5 of his last 6 games, including 32 in each of the last 2 games. So, love seeing that, guys. He's hot right now. We're getting him in a great matchup. We're getting him at home. We're getting him versus Vucevic here, who he's absolutely dominated in the past as far as the numbers he's put up. So there's no reason here not to like it, guys. I think Gobert goes off and potentially gets us 30 plus today, but absolutely love this play today. Like I said, 2.4 units. I got it posted up on the screen for you so you guys can see the sample. That's not the amount I'm putting on it. I'm just using that for reference to show you. But like I said, I absolutely love this play today. So love it there for number 2 pick. We got Rudy Gobert over 23.5 points and rebounds. Here for the Minnesota Timberwolves, minus 120 odds on FanDuel. 2.4 units, guys. Okay, and at number 3, we're going Ja Morant over 22.5 points here for the Memphis Grizzlies. We got minus 105 odds on DraftKings. Guys, we got Ja Morant 41% this season, 50% on the road to this line. Kind of a similar vein to what we talked about with Gobert. We're getting him on the road, right? Where he actually does better for the season, which I like that. There's a lot of factors, again, I love about this one. You got Morant here, 2 of 4 last 4 games versus the Raptors to this line. That's whatever. What I really like is the fact Desmond Bane's going to be out for this game. He's 60% to cash in this line without Desmond Bane. 80% over his last 20 games without Desmond Bane in the lineup. So obviously, when you're missing Bane, you're going to be missing a lot of those points and shots, which I think Morant will obviously take more. And really, his line didn't move a lot with Bane being out. So I think we're getting great value here. We just saw Ja Morant come back on Monday and score 25 versus the Spurs. So there's a lot of reason to think that he could hit 23 here versus the Raptors in a great matchup. Raptors allow the 6th most points to point guard, so I absolutely love the matchup here. Raptors 9th most points in the paint allowed. I mentioned that because, as you guys know, Ja Morant isn't as much a three-point shooter as he is a guy who likes to get into the paint and do his damage down there. So I think, once again, we could see that. We just saw Jalen Brunson go over last night in points versus the Raptors. I believe he had 28. Like I said, we could see more of that here from Ja Morant. 62 points in the paint last night for the Knicks. That's pretty good. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's a lot of points in the paint, which I think you could see that from Morant here tonight. And like I said, I'm expecting him to hit this over. So love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We got Ja Morant over 22.5 points here for the Memphis Grizzlies, minus 105 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 4, we're going Sacramento Kings, minus 5 spread here versus the Orlando Magic. Minus 110 odds on Fanatics. I don't think I need to tell you guys how bad the Magic have been of late, which is surprising because they got off to a pretty good start. And actually, as they've gotten healthy, they've gotten a lot worse offensively, and which is weird. And a lot of that right now is actually Paolo Banchero. He has played really bad here of late. Some really bad shooting performances, putting his team in the hole. You got the Magic here 1-9 over the last 10 games, 30th in offensive rating. When I'm saying bad, I mean bad, especially offensively. They have been an absolute train wreck. Last 10 games here for the Kings, you got them 12th in offensive rating. But I actually think that'll improve. Actually, with Fox gone, I actually think that'll open things up more for the Kings. We saw them win in Minnesota the other day in their first game without Fox. Wasn't all that surprised. And you got Malik Monk, DeRozan, Sabonis. I think at some point you just had too much star power on that team when Fox was there. I think actually removing him from the equation might actually be beneficial here for the Kings. Believe it or not, Fox actually had the worst plus-minus of any Kings starter. So that's kind of interesting. You had DeRozan, Monk, and Sabonis all had the top plus-minus as far as the starters, and Fox was actually 5th. By a significant margin. So, like I said, I actually think this would be beneficial for the Kings without Fox. It's just one of those things where if you have too many type of star type of players on your team that want to take shots, Fox, I think he'll get assists today, but I'm not going to say he's the most efficient guy this season. He hasn't been. So, like I said, I think this, like I said, will be beneficial here for the Kings. Last 10 games here defensively. Usually the Magic hold it together defensively. They've been pretty bad defensively as well. 21st in defensive rating. Kings 29th. Now, the Kings, to me, defensively, they are what they are. They haven't usually been a good defensive team. But I think offensively, I think it's just going to be too much for the Magic to keep up with, guys. I could see this being a blowout in the Kings' favor. So, love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got the Sacramento Kings minus 5 spread here versus the Orlando Magic. Minus 110 odds on Fanatics. Okay, and finally at number 5, we're going Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 3-pointers made. Here for the Cleveland Cavaliers, we're going plus 118 odds on FanDuel. Guys, got Mitchell 54% this season, 50% on the road to this line, which is pretty solid. Anytime you're getting greater than 50% in a decent matchup with plus money, it's not a bad value play. You got him here 75% on the road on back-to-backs this season. So as you guys know, the Cavs played yesterday versus the Celtics. On the road in Detroit today, 75% in that type of a situation. 3 out of 4 this season. So we like seeing that. The back-to-back really doesn't negatively affect them. Pistons allowing the 6th most threes to point guards, the 19th most threes to shooting guards. Now, I mentioned the point guard position because Mitchell has actually been acting a lot more like a point guard, especially of lately. We've seen him cashing his assist lines. We're seeing him with the ball in his hands a lot more. Mitchell's got the 4th highest usage rate in the NBA, in the entire NBA, over his last 10 games with players who played all 10 games. So basically, that's where the data should be. Like I said, 4th highest usage rate, which is what I love to see. And we see him attempting 10.4 3-point attempts over his last 10 games average. So I think, once again, if we could get that again here today, I think he's going to have a great chance here to hit this over. He likes to put the team on his back from time to time. And obviously, his first couple threes are important. I'd love to see him hit his first three. That would definitely really go a long way in helping us cash. So, love it there for our number 5 pick, guys. We're going Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 3-pointers made for the Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 118 odds on FanDuel. Alright, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If y'all enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Guys, despite a bad day yesterday, right? We're human. We're going to have bad days. I would encourage you guys, do I think that I suck all of a sudden because I have one bad day? No. I'm not worried at all about that, guys. We were due for one of them days, to be honest with you. Eventually, you get some unlucky sequences all lined up in a row that, well, especially I'm thinking with Norman Powell and the Raptors spread both plays, I think we should have cashed for sure. And they go sideways on us. It happens, guys. It's one of those things that's just unfortunate. I can't control random injuries that pop up. I can't control the Clippers completely not showing up and, as almost a 10-point favorite getting run off the floor in their home building. Makes no sense. They had LeBron and Austin Reeves, but the Lakers were, pretty short-handed. No Luka Doncic. And it's just one of those things that happen. So I encourage you guys, take it one day at a time. This is why I tell you guys on the daily, don't all of a sudden go crazy and up your bets. Don't do crazy things, because eventually stuff happens like that where we have a bad day. It's important to just be consistent. It's like anything else in life. Be consistent. Do the same process with what you do. Don't deviate because we're hot. Don't deviate because we're cold necessarily. Now you might have to lower your size if we ever got that cold. But like I said, it's one of those things where we've had experience with this before. We're still 52-23 over our last 75 NBA picks. That is great. It is. I'm just calling it what it is. We've done a great job. Like I said, over the span of a long term. But yesterday definitely hurt. I was butthurt about it. I was butthurt about Powell. I was butthurt about the Raptors spread. It was not a fun time. But it's okay, guys. Like I said, today's a new day. We got 5 new picks. We're ready to get after it and make some money. So I do appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all the support that you guys have shown me. You guys do absolutely rock. I just wanted to touch on some of that stuff because, there's a saying out there, you're only as good as your last bet. I don't agree with that. I think sometimes you just get unlucky. Sometimes you do have bad rates that you got to go back and look and say, you know what? I need to adjust what I'm doing. With the Drew Holiday play, I thought about it after, and I'm like, you know what? We need to adjust that. That's something that probably not going to be going back to that unless something changes as far as with the situation in Boston, injury situation or something like that. But for the most part, guys, we're just going to stay away from that. But anyway, that's my spiel. Check out our MVP program, guys. Join the team of MVPs, getting access to all of our lines early. It also goes a long way in supporting what we do. Like I said, we got 30 members. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been killing that with that. Hit that like button for me. Other than that, it's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.